and you do not get a refund. So that was pretty daunting going in. It was, and it's a lot of work to prepare for these. So you have to have 2 specimens of proof per class, which is basically your way of saying, this is the proof that I'm using this mark in commerce, which just basically means that you have this available, that someone can purchase it. It doesn't mean that you have to be making a ton of sales on it or even have sold one. It just has to be available for someone to purchase it. And in the case of the courses, I did not have a course. I still don't have a course done. It's in progress. So in that case, we filed for an intent to use, which basically just it acknowledges that you don't have it yet, but you will have it by X date, or you can file for an extension. But when you can show proof, then they just backdate it to the original application date, so that if somebody came in during that process and tried to trademark your mark in that class, they wouldn't be able to do that. So it still protects it. So Darren worked on what they call pre-filled language of the application, which I was not privy to or part of the process in my original application. I didn't even know that was a thing. So he worked on that, and that's basically like pre-written language that other people have used. And then you kind of pull from those things and adapt them to your particular application. And so he worked on that. I worked on proofs, because although you only need 2 per class, what ends up being possible is that, so like this was particularly an issue in class 16, which is print. So I wanted to apply for all of these different, so within print, I'm going to pull up. I applied for like an art print on canvas, a blank card, blank journal, book mock-up, booklet, bookmark, brochure, bumper sticker, business card, calendars, like all of these different things. And there are like, I don't know how many of them there are, 35. So there are 35 of these. And the USPTO, the reviewing attorney, could come back, even though we've provided 2 specimens, they could come back and say, hey, we'd like to see a calendar that has your mark on it. And if I don't have that, they could be like, oh, you don't have that? Well, you said you did, so denied. and I didn't want that to happen. So I went through and legitimized everything that we were applying for. And the way that I did that, and I feel like this is kind of like a hacking way to do it, but I just used a company called Zazzle, which is like a print on demand service. And this allows me to have like these products up on a marketplace where anybody can buy them, but I don't necessarily have to like advertise them or anything, but they have my mark on it. So I feel like that's a good way to get around it. You just upload the design. I didn't have to buy my own products and spend a whole bunch of money doing that. I could just design them, upload them, and then send the link to the USPTO and say, this is where you can buy it. This is where it's available for commerce.